Just quick update because I'm running out of time. I did not see the sun in 4 days. So this is update on the Cosmos governance, the proposal 82, and why I voted abstain. So I want to give you the reasons. I want to see how's the governance. I want to share with you some opinions of the other peoples that are there. So I tweeted I decided to change my vote to abstain. I do believe the vision of Cosmos as security hub is something I want to be pursued. I don't know even how to pronounce this shit. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that I would consider theory, that I'm unsure about this. So I got some comments, right? For example, I got the comment from the Dimi, that's the worst you can do. Dimi, I see you are the man of the opinion. And how about you just go and vote fucking yourself instead of telling me that my truth is less true than your truth? Like, you are literally free to vote. I saw a lot of likes on this one, for example, from Mr. J.K. Hartnell, the lover of the DAOs, the democracy system, and respect for the votes. Cool, guys. I thought you built the good governance systems, but the governance systems are always great. The democracy is always great, unless someone votes the way that you don't think it's right, okay? But anyway, yeah, Dimi, just go and fucking vote and speak of your vote. Like, just what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you, man? Anyway, so we get. I want to speak of the problem with veto, because I do think veto is the problem. I don't know if the veto is the right thing forward. There is a lot of veto votes, and like, I would be like, hey, maybe abstain is better than veto, because if you look at the governance system of the countries, the votes in the same, there is not really veto, whatever you say. There is yes, no, or abstain, right? And then quite often the president, which is the representative of the country, can veto if after consultation with his advisors, maybe he thinks that it could be improved, okay? So, but veto overall is rarely exercised because it slows down things. So I'm not unsure like about the veto votes over here. And veto shown, it has a lot of issues. You have in United States nation, there's like 5 countries that can exercise the veto vote and nothing ever gets done, because you have two biased powers. You have like US, UK, and France on the one side, and on the other side you have Russia and China. So each of them veto their own, each of them veto each other, and UN never gets anything done. So the institution is overall joke, and that doesn't really matter. So that's the result with the veto votes. We have a little bit different systems, right? It's required 1/3 of the vote. But I don't know if it's right, We don't really have the representative, whether it's a monarch, president, or whoever, when the vote is very close, and then you can be like, hey, maybe it can be improved. In Cosmos, we have like, if 1/3 of the people block it, then how it gets blocked. But I think we should probably talk about these governance systems. They are not really ideal. So I want to share with you the Mr. J.K. Hartnell. The democracy is great, but especially get engaged if you left-wing politics, in the words of J.K. Hartnell. So J.K. Hartnell voted yes on Atom 2.0. There's a lot of drama per second surrounding it at the moment, and I figured I would outline my rationale of thread. First, the prop is signaling prop. It doesn't do anything. That's a fact. There will be further opportunities for amendments and community feedback. We are agreeing on the general direction. Nothing is perfect, but on the whole, I think Atom 2.0 has good vision for the hub. Future proposals will implement and ratify specific pieces, and the community will have the final say over, minting of new tokens. We'll be able to have better discussions about the specifics if we are voting on the individual part of the wider plan. Are there things that could be further flashed out and improved? Yes. Will they be flashed out and improved? Also, yes. Is it stated? Sorry, I hit. Is it stated for certain? I don't know. Really. Again, what are we agreeing is the basic vision, and I agree on the basic vision. If you agree with 80% of it, you should vote yes. In my opinion, there will be more refinements and future proposals. So I want to tell you, like, don't ever vote because someone says you how you should vote. My vote is a result of like really hours of discussion, and are great people. I want to give shout out to Sam Hart. I want to give shout out, I had a chat with other people not online, with the Dan. I had a lot of chats in the DMs with people. I had a chats on Telegram, and this is results of few weeks of discussion with people. And just because Jake Harnell tells you how to vote, just because Jake Kwon tells you how to vote, Zaki, anyone, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you should only vote with your own decision. Like, check all the sides and think, hey, I'm gonna make my decision, right? That's actually it, and that's only how you should vote. So, despite I'm agreeing on the general vision, I told you that there is a lot of parts about the failing current monetary model and adjusting monetary model that I feel is based on the theory, not on the facts. So I see no reason of including that in the white paper. And people say, hey, this is just this will not it's not bonding. But I would assume that this vote on this white paper will shows like kind of approval, including to change monetary direction, despite it will be voted later. So I assume the later vote will be, hey, this is the monetary policy we proposed, we want to implement this. So then I would vote no. I think in the white paper, maybe the monetary policy should be adjusted and stated it will be adjusted depending on the needs of the hub. So I don't know. The other thing I'm not sure, because with this white paper, it seems that, Atom has we try to make Atom have all of this utility. In the proposal, it's like Atom as the security token, Atom as the money, Atom as the store of value, Atom as the investment token, Atom as this and that and that and that. I don't know if the token has to have all of these utilities. I really don't know. And I don't know anyone knows. I think it's kind of attempt of making this all in one because of what Ethereum did, but I don't think Ethereum did the right thing. And that's just my stance. In the real world, we have money, and money has one utility. We have store of value assets. We have commodities. We have stocks. Each of them plays crucial role. So my question is, what's the role of Atom? I'm sure it's not all of the roles, okay? That's it. I also have this tweet of Sasha I want to bring because I do respect Sasha, one of the most from the interchain. So let's read the tweet. Placing in protocol limits on liquid staking runs the risk of handing more power to large exchanges. Awarding which exchanges who already have ecosystem power, have private control over chain security, is one we should be trying to avoid at all costs. The question we need to ask ourselves is whether limiting in protocol liquid staking will lead to a larger share being captured by exchanges as opposed to other more decentralized solutions. So I believe Atom 2.0 is kind of attempt to give more power to the people, actually. One of the reasons centralized exchanges have as much stake as they do on the Cosmos Hub and elsewhere is they offer liquid staking services to their customers. Centralized exchanges don't necessarily call it liquid staking. However, Binance and Coinbase stake tokens and then allow trading of internal token representations on their platform. If we were to normalize placing limits on relatively more decentralized and transparent protocols, at the very least we would probably need equally credible commitment from the large exchanges operating on Cosmos. It's at least unclear whether the risk around in protocol liquid staking pools are greater than the centralization risk from exchanges. The risks are different, and it's really hard to compare them to each other. The key difference regarding exchanges, though, is that the risks aren't hypothetical. The susceptibility of these entities to government pressure has already been demonstrated, and it's been demonstrated on few chains. So like, this is a very valid point, and we need to build a better system within the cosmos to avoid those gaining the power. And I hate seeing that my abstain vote by some people is seen as my opposition to the direction. Like, it's not. So stop this nonsense. Listen to Sasha. He's great. Sasha is the best man. The Atom 2.0 take is that liquid staking will happen irrespective of Atom 2.0. Binance and Coinbase are massive holders because they effectively offer a liquid staking solution to retail. Even if exchange accounts today were singled out and penalized, cryptographic solution, MPC, threshold signatures enable creation of liquid staking solutions that are indistinguishable from user accounts. That's a lot, so I'm not gonna read all of that live here, but this is like, before you vote like anything, check the Sasha, so Sasha is really good guy, and he gives like a lot of thought to what's happening. And this is also the take on no with veto that I do have problem. Like, I don't know if no with veto on this prop is the right move, and I'm telling you, because no with veto is essentially like the direction that nothing gets done ever. Like, and this is why, like, I think I'm gonna abstain and let people vote yes or no, because I got confused by so many different voices, also trying to manipulate others, and this aligns with two sides. Don't get me wrong. Like, I had experience that the Sam Hart, for example, the one side is more willing to actually talk and explain to you the things. So the side of Interchain Foundation, we don't know what's going on with all in beats and stuff. Like, there is no communication from the other side, and this is pretty bad, to be honest. So the lead beat said, this is my own personal opinion. No with veto is way too harsh for a signaling probe, but importantly, if the only option is to fork in the future, then the only way to have the right people in community going forward would be to fork out no with veto votes. Yeah, that's probably a good point. And I do think, like, if no with veto shows like, hey, we want to fork the network, that's probably for the best, to be honest. Because no with veto shows like, hey, we completely don't agree with the vision. We want completely different network, and you don't really see that. Like, it would be equal probably like to the countries having the same vote and then voting no with veto. If it's gonna pass, we're gonna create our own government and create our own like country. So this is the problem, because it shows you that like we are not together in this. We have completely separate vision. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm not. So yeah, I'm just confused, and don't come to me and say like I'm having like completely wrong vote. You are free to vote. Don't come at me and tell me, like for example, Jacob coming to me that he trusts me because he delegated to me on Juno, and he coming to me every single time, like it's like, and telling me that like he wants me to maybe vote certain way. Like, this is not what I'm going to do. I'd rather drop out of the active set than the vote the way you want. I'm gonna vote the way that I feel it's the best for the network, because that's my role as the fucking monarch of the cosmos, to look after the network and to think what's the best for the network. So with that, I'm out because I'm so fucking busy. I need to make other videos as well. I want to go to see the sun today. I need to go to the gym because enough. The sitting ruins my body. I need to move to be at the peak performance. So with that, Don Cryptonims out. Till the next time.